All right, we're here with Coach Kim Mulkey, Alexis Morris, and Flau'jae Johnson. We'll start off with an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll take questions for the student athletes. No opening statement.
For your questions.
We'll go ahead and take questions for the student athletes first. If you raise your hand, we'll get a mic to you. Over here to the left.
For either of y'all, I mean, you had a season high in three-pointers tonight. Just what was clicking on those outside shots for y'all tonight?
Sharing the ball. Make sure we kept our offense moving. And just finding one another. We trusted in each other. We trusted in our shot. We just came out confident tonight.
Yeah, I think that's it. Just making that extra pass, passing up a good shot for a great one. And I think that, we all been in the gym working. So, it just showed when the lights turned on.
Over to the far right.
Yeah, going off that, Alexis, you got 3 right away. Was that, did you feel like coming in that you were in that kind of groove immediately?
This is my last year. It's do or die for me. I just came out, I just took what the defense gave me. And fortunately enough, I was fortunate to hit them tonight.
Front.
Flau'jae, would you say this is your best game in the purple and gold so far?
Nah, because I made a lot of mistakes on defense. But it was my best shooting performance. I wouldn't say my best game. But, yeah, I was feeling it tonight. I ain't gonna lie. I was feeling it. They was finding me, Lex was finding me, and I was feeling it. Ate that zone up.
Back row.
Hi, Elise Robinson with Sports and Culture. Congratulations on the win, you guys, and welcome to Greenville. For you to be the senior and you to be SEC Freshman of the Year, I think everybody got that memo today. Talk about the connection that you two have, just for you to be the leader for her and for you to look up to her.
Well, with Lex, she just got this energy, you know what I'm saying, that you want to follow. Every rep, she going to go 100%. And to, see that, and I'm like, okay, now this is what it take. I remember, in the summer, we used to wake up super early, just go ball handling and stuff like that. And I used to see, how long she would be ball handling, how hard she'd be going. I was like, oh, my God, I got a long way to go, you feel me? So, but just seeing that and how hard she go, that just inspired me to go that hard. So it just, when you really putting in the work, it's really going to show, you feel me? And it just did tonight.
Flau'jae is hungry. And she's a raw talent, and I think you all can see that. And she's not your typical freshman. She's been starting for us all year. She's special, and as me being a leader, I have to lead by example. And as she said, I have to go hard and practice my reps, my body language. Sometimes when I'm behaving a certain way and I see Fo, I'm like, okay, Fo's looking up to me, so I gotta be that positive role model for everybody.
Back right.
Well, for both of you, what did you think about that delay? It's supposed to be an indoor sport.
Bruh,
weather's not supposed to bother us too much.
Facts. Lex was just like, y'all stay locked in. Stay locked in. You know what I'm saying? Because we in the locker room joked out. She's like, no, lock in, lay down, get off your feet. That was crazy, though. That was crazy.
I don't know. I think it was a fluke. I think y'all was trying to throw us out our rhythm or something. I don't know what it was, but I've never experienced anything like that in my life. Not in AAU, high school, elementary, ever. It was just, I don't know.
Back row to the left side.
Yeah, for both of you guys, obviously, a postseason game kind of brings out, a lot of emotions, things like that. I know second half there was, some, I guess, kind of talking. Just what was it like kind of, being on the court, handling that and then, being able to, I guess, kind of finish the rest of the game despite, I guess, some of the chippiness that might have been going on?
Oh, no distractions. Nothing can distract us from what we need to get accomplished. And two, when people are talking to your coach, our leader, our captain, we don't take that very.
Play like that.
We don't take that very nicely. You have to respect your coaches and your elders. And, people crossed the line tonight, and I think we took that personal and we handled business. It just turned us up another notch.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, go ahead.
My bad.
You good? Go ahead.
I think for me, it was just stay focused, stay locked in. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling, Andrew, she a big personality, but we don't, like she said, we don't take no disrespect from our coach. You know what I'm saying? Not from the head honcho. So I was just like, let's take that and let's put it into the game. Yeah. And we did that. Look at the score.
Right here in the front.
Lex, before this game, Coach Mulkey talked about how you guys have broken records, but y'all hadn't won a game in the SEC tournament. What did it mean to you to be able to get that win?
I believe this is my third SEC appearance. I didn't win at Texas A&M. I didn't play last year because I was injured. So this is very special to me too. It's meaningful, and I wanna see that championship game. Like I wanna get there. We only have one game that's guaranteed, and that's the NCAA playoffs. Everything else is on us. So we just taking it game by game, and we locked in.
Any other questions for the student athletes? All right, thank you, ladies. You're free to go. We'll start off with questions over here on the right for Coach.
Kim, to get the balanced score, when you get that kind of scoring from several players like that, what do you think that makes your team in terms of being hard to beat? And would you have figured, especially given the way the first Georgia game went, that you'd be able to, maybe you didn't want to because you got in foul trouble, but you ended up being able to rest Angel, which is not a bad thing to start a tournament where you might play 3 straight days?
Well, to answer the first part of your question, I think any coach will tell you when you can have 4 or 5 in double figures, you're going to win a lot of basketball games. I think the second part of your question was how close it was. We went into overtime at our place. We missed 17 free throws in that game. We had 18 turnovers. Now, we had 16 turnovers tonight, but we only had 6 at halftime. We hit shots. The perimeter hit shots. I would have to go back and look at the film and ask why we didn't get more post touches, but yet your 2 starting post players scored double figures. They battled in there. I thought Kateri Poole was the hero tonight. I thought Kateri Poole's minutes on the defensive end of the floor were solid. She ended up with 5 assists and 5 turnovers, but she dribble penetrated, she created shots, she found open players, and consequently, they got easier wide open looks. I thought we attacked the zone the same way. I can't tell you that we put in maybe some quick hitters we put in. The press, they went to the press and made us look bad there in the fourth quarter, and they were trapping. I would normally not call a timeout with 0.7 of a second, but I wasn't going to let that kid have another turnover. Most people don't trap when the game's over, but she did, and I chose to call the timeout right there. So I know people are going, why are you doing that? Well, I'm not going to let you have a turnover right there.
Front row to the left.
Coach, what did you see from Flau'jae tonight?
I saw a relaxed kid. I saw a confident kid. I think her first few shots when they went in, you just saw a kid go back to relaxing a little bit. Flau'jae is, well, she's an entertainer. She's an entertainer both with what she does in her rap music, and she's an entertainer on that floor, and she's a happy kid. And she, throughout maybe the last month, couple, 2-3 weeks there in February, she didn't play happy. She was mad at herself about this or mad at somebody about that, and just relax. You're freshman of the year in this league. I told her that before she got the award. And I think maybe she's just relaxed now and hit those shots and became confident, but she rebounded for us. She got a lot of rebounds for us down on the other end, and she's a good player.
Back row.
Kim, Angel sitting out most of the fourth quarter, she seemed rather emotional, like her emotions were running high. Was that just a decision by you to say, you just need to calm down?
No, I think in the first, she got popped in the eye. Yeah. And she lost part of her eyelash, and her eye was extremely irritated and red. I don't know if that affected her. Then she picked up the fouls and got in foul trouble. So I just think she just couldn't get in a groove, but that happens. I think she got her own misses a lot and got her shot blocked and then would get fouled. I think the one thing she's so good at that you didn't see much of tonight is going to get other people's misses. But when you shoot like we did, there's not many to go get. But I watched her some just stand instead of just flying in there. Now, a zone can create that somewhat because it's crowded in there. But Angel Reese is a beast.
Right here in the front to the right.
Could you speak a little bit to what Georgia did well tonight? I mean, I know that y'all won handily, but what do you think that they did nicely?
I've never been asked that before. First of all, I love Katie. I think she brought all those young ladies with her from Central Florida, and it just hit me as I was looking at scouting report. They've been together a long time. That's a lot of older players playing together, and that's why they're so darn good in their matchup. And I thought that they create a lot of turnovers. You don't think of a zone defense, and she won't call it a zone. I do call it a zone. It's the matchup. They create a lot of turnovers. You think you're going to get the ball to a post or a perimeter player there at the foul line area, and they kind of just reach and knock it away. And so I think their turnovers are legit. I think the ones they create are really, really active. They're very active. I thought they played very physical tonight. And they rebound hard for their size. They're not 6'5", 6'7", or anything like that, but they really rebound extremely hard.
Second row.
Kim, what was that rain delay that we had like for you? Just what was the vibe like in the locker room? How did you guys kind of handle that and coming back out?
Well, let me be honest with you. The girls went into their locker room, and I walked in and told them 3 or 4 things immediately that we needed to do better. And then I walked out and went in the coach's locker room. I text with my son, who's in spring training with the Cardinals, and he said, I thought you said you coached an indoor sport. So, yeah, that's going to be chapter 50 of my next book. All this coaching I've done, I've never had a leaking roof like that. And guys, we if we could have played, we would have. I walked down there and Katie was trying to show me. I thought it was drip, and we could just wipe it and drip. It was a pretty good flow of water coming. And so Tiff from the SEC office, Tiffany Daniels, explained everything to us. And I think we just on the fly made decisions like, can we go to the locker room? Let us know when we can come back. She asked us if we wanted a 15-minute halftime or if we wanted to shorten it. Katie wanted 15, and I was good with that. Wanted a 10-minute warm-up when we came back. So your fear is when you go in the locker room, are you going to have the same intensity? Are you going to be able to shoot the ball as good as you were on a roll doing it? You know, it's like a pitcher in baseball. You know, you don't put them back on that mound usually if something like that happens because, you know, you're already warmed up and everything. But I thought we did okay. I thought we did okay. I thought they did okay. I thought both teams handled it, you know, as much as you could. It was cute because they kept saying, oh, it's 40, 50, 60-mile-an-hour winds. I said, welcome to Louisiana. I mean, we're used to hurricanes. I'm not worrying about the wind. Tell me when it's going to stop dripping. So, yeah, they kept saying a flap. Did they explain it to y'all? A flap kept blowing in the rain, and then next thing I know, they put a tarp on it is what they said. You want to know what I said? Aren't y'all hosting a regional here? I believe I'd get it fixed. That's not a good look, is it?
Right here in the front row, right side.
It seems like the vibes and the energy within the team are really, really good. Could you describe how they're working together on and off the court?
Yeah. Who are you with? I've never seen you before.
Gabrielle Lewis, the next.
The next?
Yes.
I've got some personalities. And there are a lot of coaches that couldn't coach strong personality kids. I love it. I have a very matter-of-fact personality. And they respect all the coaches on this staff because they know we'll say things to them that Mom and Daddy would say. But we have their back. And when it got heated out there, I think you saw just a camaraderie of you just don't mess with a teammate. And they have fun. They get on each other. They probably get on each other more than I get on them, but they know how to handle it. They're used to it. They're very talented. And hopefully we can get on a roll here late and have every game from here on out where everybody's scoring the ball and sharing the ball and doing good things.
Over here to the far left.
Coach Mulkey, 2015 was the last time LSU advanced past the quarterfinals. I know just year 2 for you. You get your first win in the tournament. What does it mean to you? I know you guys aren't finished yet.
Well, Chessa, we didn't win a game last year. We lost, and Kentucky went on to win the whole thing. So that kind of softened the blow that they won it. But as a competitor, you have to have goals, and our goal was to win one game here. Okay, we've done that now. Can we win the next one? Can we get to the championship? You get a little bit greedy. So we did do that. And you have to make sure the LSU folks understand we have not arrived yet, guys. We've just won games. This program will have arrived when we are literally winning championships. But boy, are we on a fast track. And this was just another first for this staff at LSU to do this and for those players in the locker room.
Back row.
Yeah, this definitely kind of goes off some of the points you were just making, but of course, Alexis was just talking about how going into this tournament, there's only one kind of guaranteed game, that being the NCAA. As someone that's kind of been in that stage, made long runs, now here in your second year with LSU, what kind of things are you kind of communicating to this team of what's needed, I guess, at that stage of the season at the NCAA?
Well, we're not at the NCAA yet. And that's a hard one for me, but I will tell you my thoughts. I've said it from the time I started coaching at Baylor. I don't see a purpose in playing conference tournaments. I only see it if you're at the bottom of the conference to become a Cinderella, to get in the tournament or get maybe a better seed if you're on the bubble. Tell me, if you're in the top 2 or 3 in the conference and you win the conference, pat them on the back. If you're not supposed to win it and you do, but you're one of the top 2 or 3, do you really see the seeding change? You don't. The reason I'm so sensitive about that, think of conferences. Now listen to this, really sensitive about it. I've never coached in what is considered a conference that only takes one team, but you have 4 or 5 of those, and that team dominated the entire conference and is the best team in that conference. And somebody can get on a roll in a conference tournament and beat them and win, and they get to go. But because they only take one team from that conference, is that the right thing to do? I don't believe so. I always value the length of a regular season over a 2-3 day tournament. So it's not just my beliefs with my team. I've seen this for years, and I don't think that's right. Is it a money producer? I highly doubt it. Maybe on the men's side. So why do we play conference tournaments? Who at this tournament, Tennessee, are they going to up their seed? They might get a seed now and host at home, yes. But what value is it to South Carolina? You worry about injuries? You want to win. Now, don't get me wrong. We all play to win. We're competitors. That's another trophy. That's another championship. But I just think we've got it backwards on the value of a conference tournament versus a regular season. And the men may feel that way. I don't know. But I've never wavered from that. Even when I inherited a program at Baylor that had won 9 ball games, and boy, we were 5th or 6th. I don't know. I don't know that I'll ever change my mind on that because I just value the length of a season over a conference tournament. And I know my administrators are going to just be like, Kim, hush. Hush. The SEC is going to be upset. It's not a knock. Everybody does it. Everybody has conference tournaments. But I feel for those teams that deserve to be in the NCAA tournament, and if they don't win their conference tournament, they don't get in.
Final question. We'll go here on the second row, far right.
Kim, Alexis mentioned that she thought the Georgia player crossed the line.
I'm
saying
not
something to you.
going there. I'm not going there.
You have no comment?
No. I mean, it's the heat of the moment. I could give you my version. She could give you her version. And somewhere in the middle, somebody's going to believe whatever they want to believe. Heat of the moment. Heat of the moment. That's all I'll say.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.